Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, we spend so much time talking about what's in the best interest of the child because we've explained to our viewing audience that the court's focus is primarily on that best interest. So it's not really about whether mom is more likable or dad is more likable. It's more about what's in the best interest of the child and how do those factors like likability and these other, how do those factor into the court's analysis. But remember, it's all about what's in the best interest of the child. So when we talk about that, we have to ask, what's better for the kid? Is sole custody better or is joint custody better? This is a common question. Sometimes you'll get parents who really want to do what's best for the child but don't know. Is it better for one person to run the point with the children and the other one only be tangentially involved? Or is it better that they both have an equal involvement? The irony of all this is, even though we've talked so much and we've done so much to educate the public that the analysis has to do what's best for the kids, we still have people fighting over it. I want the custody. I want the custody. And it's really not about what's in the best interest of the kids. It's about the fight between these two people and the balance of power. That's what it's all about. And it's shameful that that's the case, but too often it is. Every now and then, though, we'll get two people who will come in here and say, look, we really want to do what's best for the kids. We're both good people. We can't get along in a marriage, so we're going to end that. But what do we do with our kids? And they'll say, look, if a split joint situation is in fact healthier for the children, I'm all for it. If it's supposed to be one of us or the other, we'll work that out, but we're all for that too. Which is better? Here's the general rule of thumb. If you've got two parents who have a working relationship together, meaning not an employment relationship, but a working parental relationship, that is to say they are in sync. They have a common directive to the children. They give common, consistent guidance to the children. The children are just emotionally attached to one as they are to the other. Both of them have been actively involved in raising the kids. I would say in that scenario, they should continue that process. They should continue the process and handle it jointly as best they can. On the other hand, if you have a situation where one parent's been an absentee parent and the other one's been running the point all the time, and it's been years, now all of a sudden there's a divorce and now we're splitting things, I don't think that that's necessarily good for the kids transition-wise. It's something that you've got to approach very slowly. Yes, it may be that now that we're splitting up the household and everything, it may be that we have to divide up the time, and perhaps we should divide up the time, but it has to be done in a way that makes sense for the kids. Having said that, if you've got dad working all the time, mom staying home with the kids. On the other hand, mom's not a terribly good influence. She's, over the years, become a drug addict and an alcoholic. Mom is irresponsible. Mom is so irresponsible that she couldn't hold a job, which is why the dad's working all this time, which is why the kids default to the mom. When we end up divorcing, that doesn't necessarily mean we should leave the kids with mom. In other words, the custody inertia doesn't have to continue if the influence is decidedly negative. The parties have to figure that out. And if they can't agree, at that point, we have a litigation. We have a custody battle. And guess what? The guy in the black robe makes the decision. And he may decide, even though the kids have been with mom every night for the last 8 years, the evidence shows that we're not going to continue that. Why? Because mom, going forward, has proven to not be a positive influence. Yes, the kids have been with mom, but they have truancy all the time. They're out of school 42 days a year. They're bombing out. The dad's got to be in there and take over things. The court can rule that way also. So as you can see, there is a lot of flexibility, and it could go in different directions. But the main thing is we're going to do what's in the best interest of the children, and that is how the court is going to view it. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be back.